True knowledge is something seems to warrant closer scrutiny.
That's a very detailed observation.
This is urban combat.
All right, speaking of the Roger, Rafa, Novak, we threw in there a lot. We want to do a segment here for each of us. So it's the first time that you guys ever played Roger, first time you ever played Rafa, first time you ever played Novak. Which guy made you the most nervous the first time you played him? So go back and kind of give that story, I guess, and like the moment and which one made you nervous the most. So let me start. I'll go Isner first. Out of the big three, the first time you played each one of them, where were you the most nervous?
It was probably be Roger because I played him right out of college. So, you know, I finished college in May and I played him at the U.S. Open like that, you know, a few months later. Of course, on Arthur Ashe, I would say Roger, but I don't know. I wasn't really like nervous. You have absolutely nothing to lose when you play these guys. So, yes, it's a big occasion. I guess it certainly wasn't the most nervous I've ever been in my career. But I would say Roger wasn't maybe nerves. I probably felt the most overwhelmed, like playing him in front of that, you know, in that stadium in front of that crowd, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you won the first set too in a breaker.
Yeah, of course I did. And then I got, and then I lost 2-4 and 2 afterwards. Yeah, that was fun.
Where was the first time you played Rafa?
I think Roland Garros. When I took him to 5, I could be wrong there though. Yeah, I took it was 2011. I think that was the first time I played him. I could be wrong there, but it feel like that was.
First time playing Novak? Do you remember?
No, I can't.
You played Novak a bunch. I think you were 2-10 against him or something like that.
Did you or Sam ever play Rafa like in Davis Cup tie?
Holy cow! I played Rafa twice before that match.
Well, that proves your answer that you weren't that like usually you would remember.
Yeah.
All right, let me go to Jack. Go back for your first time. Which guy made you most nervous, and what was the occasion?
Yeah, I think I had different feelings as well. Kind of like John said. I think definitely most overwhelmed by Roger. I'm trying to think. I don't think it might have been 2017 Indian Wells in the semis. I don't know if that was the first time I played him. I think it was.
Yeah, you're way off.
Not even close.
just like I am. Played him in 2015 Indian Wells before you played him in the semifinals.
Wow. And then I also played, I remember Basel, but okay. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, definitely Roger, like I was most nervous. I was more like nervous, excited to play Roger because it's Roger, I think. And yeah, I don't know, just the aura he brings. I would say I was most nervous, like scoreline wise, actually, to play Novak. I played him in a summer in the Master Series in Canada because I knew if he was playing well in my style of game versus his, I would get destroyed, which I did, like 2-2. So I think I was most nervous to get embarrassed tennis wise by Novak, and I was least nervous to play Rafa just because I actually felt like I could hang in there more / like have a chance.
You played Rafa tough every time, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like we played similar opposite hands. But Roger just because of what he brings, the aura, like I said, and then Novak, just I didn't want to get embarrassed if he just made every single ball and every return. And then Rafa, but I only played Novak once and played Rafa a bunch, and yeah.
All right, Stevie, I want to guess yours. Stevie, I feel like you were most nervous playing Rafa in Madrid.
No.
No?
No. I mean, you think I'm going to win that match? Why would I be nervous?
But I feel like you'd be nervous to lose like 0-0.
Yeah. We don't think you're going to win any of these matches, by the way.
No, I'm just saying, but like if I would have lost 0-0, I would have been in that match? No.
You were most nervous playing Rafa in Madrid.
No.
No?
No. I mean, you think I'm going to win that match? Why would I be nervous?
But I feel like you'd be nervous to lose like 0-0.
Yeah. We don't think you're going to win any of these matches, by the way.
No, I'm just saying, but like if I would have lost 0-0, I would have been left the court and been like, yeah, okay.
I don't know, man.
No, like it's not that surprising. No, I mean, Isner was rooting for me to lose 0-0. I know that. He was the only time he's ever watched one of my matches.
I wanted you to. You had a mustache going. I wanted you to take.
He was the only time. No, like thought that's surprising. No, I mean, Isner was rooting for me to lose 0-0. I know that. He was the only time he's ever watched one of my matches.
I wanted you to you had a mustache going. I wanted you to take center court in a mustache and lose 0-0. But then when you shaved the mustache, I wanted you to battle him like 6-4.
Oh, okay. All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But no, the most nervous I ever was playing Roger. More because it was the moment. I played him 4th round Wimby. And you guys know that walk out to center court at Wimbledon. Like, you're just walking by every piece of his memorabilia that he's won that tournament 50 times. So, like, you're walking by Roger's sweater vest and his pants and that belt he wore and all the other stuff that he, like, donned over the years on the lawns of Wimbledon. And then you got to go out there and play him. So that was, like, the most nervous I was playing him for sure. But, I mean, yeah, it's tricky. I mean, and I played Novak at Cincy, which is, like, kind of a comfortable environment. I mean, can't get nervous in Cincy, can you?
You can get nervous anywhere, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The most nervous the types of matches where I would get nervous in was like the smaller tournaments where I was like the heavy favorite in a lot of the matches I played. That's where, for me, like the nerves kicked in.
For sure.
So
way more so, like, because you are the draw of the tournament and you have to do well, or you're getting an appearance fee or whatever, and you're supposed to win. That's always harder.
For me, it was Roger as well. First time I played him was Miami, 2007. That was like prime Roger. And I remember the night before I went to go eat at Nobu, and Roger was there. I probably didn't even know who I was at the time.
He didn't.
He didn't. I did not say hi to him either. But I remember I played him a night match in Miami. And remember when like Federer and Tiger Woods had that like friendship for all those years?
Yeah.
They go watch each other. Like Tiger Woods was in Roger's box, and it was like one of the first few times I played like a featured night match, and lost like I think it was 3-3 or 3-4, but not a close one. Roger would beat you 3-3 or 3-4, and it was not a close match. That was the equivalent of like Rafa beating you 1-on-1, but so nervous. Because the first time I played Novak, I think it was also 2007, and he wasn't like Novak yet. You know what I mean? I played him 3rd round of Australia, and
he wasn't gluten-free yet.
He wasn't gluten-free yet, exactly. I played Rafa early, too, on a hard court. He wasn't as dominant on the hard court yet in 2006 in Cincinnati. So all of us really have the same answer. I mean, Federer, there was something about Federer, I feel like, that made everyone a little more nervous.
Did you or John play like Rafa and Davis Cup like in Spain ever, or no?
Sam did.
Oh, you did? Like, 'cause I think that would be like a brutal, I mean, obviously for many reasons, but that would be like an insane, like, I'm in big trouble today.
I played him in Spain 2008. Like the week before, I played him at the U.S. Open and lost in 4 sets. And then we were playing in Madrid with a little altitude, and I won the first set. But even going into it, because I had lost to him in 4 tight sets at the U.S. Open a week prior, I wasn't going in with like, I'm going to get blown out with this guy. I was like, all right, I played him a week ago, and it was kind of close. But you're right. There was a handful of people have taken absolute beatdowns from Rafa on the clay. A few times playing Rafa on clay, I was, unlike Stevie, worried about getting like blown out, like maybe not 0-0, but 1-1 or 0-2 or something like that.
I do think what John said, though, there was a factor of like you have nothing to lose whatsoever, so the nerves weren't quite there. Like it was, you're not expected to win, so you're just kind of swinging free, hoping to just be like respectable out there.
Yeah, but I think the occasion always felt the biggest against Roger.
Yeah,
totally.
We're all trying to say, yeah,
it absolutely did. And I'm sure just like us, I'm sure if you pulled everyone in the top 100, kind of mostly our era, I bet most of the guys would say Roger was the one that made you most nervous.
But he also like could just take the racket out of your hands as well. Like that's like the part, like you don't even get to play tennis against him sometimes.
Against Roger?
Yeah, because he just like he'll come forward, he'll hit volleys, he just will miss a couple returns, but then ultimately he'll break you first or second game, and then just you'll serve out a set and never lose a point, and all of a sudden you're like, it was 6-4, but it wasn't that close.
Yeah. He played quick too.
Yeah, he played super quick.
You had to match his cadence on the court. Like, I don't want to disrespect him. I'm going to get to the line to receive quick too. And he'd have those service games where he'd hold in, a minute and 10 seconds.
It always felt like a matter of time against him.
Yeah, exactly.
He played so quickly.
All those guys were brutal. But all right, that was interesting. I think a lot of people want to know, like, who makes you most nervous playing out of the big three? And I think for us and most people, Roger, definitely the answer.